everyone, here's how I put together this circle skirt bodice dress. And this dress has a series of accompanying videos that show all aspects of its construction and embellishments and the whole 9 yards, and you can find them all linked down below along with timestamps for the video and all the materials that are featured in this video. The bodice uses Children's Corner pattern Louise, but any bodice pattern would work fine here. There is a separate video along with a downloadable embroidery file for this motif, and once I was done with the embroidering, I cut out my front bodice piece along with 2 back bodice pieces. Now the front bodice piece was cut out on the fold while the back pieces were cut all the way around, and I will be adding a lining using a different fabric, so that's why I can't use my usual bodice ring construction. So I joined the bodice pieces together at the shoulder and side seams, and then I trimmed down this silk charmeuse piping so it was like a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and sewed that all the way around the back neckline areas, around the armholes, and around the front neckline. And then I cut a piece of that piping and put it along the bottom of the bodice, and so it'll go all the way around the waistline. And then I get my circle skirt. So cutting out this skirt is explained in another video, and the embroidery work and template placement are described in 2 other videos. And I love this circle skirt since there are absolutely no seams. It tickles my fancy. It's very cool. I enjoy it. But we do need to put in a placket, and for that I'm using the continuous placket method. And yep, I do have another video that explains how to do that. Sorry for all the additional videos, but it just lets me devote more energy to an explanation just once, since I'm not constantly spending unnecessary time re-explaining the same concepts, and I can do a better job with that one explanation, if that makes sense. So check out those other videos. Anywho, then I pinned the skirt to the bodice, and the back of the bodice is going to overhang the skirt placket by about 1/2 inch, or whatever seam allowance you have. It might be a 1/4 inch, or 3/8, whatever. This seam allowance though is going towards joining the dress with its lining later on. So I joined the 2 together, and then I come back and I did a second row of stitches about 1/8 inch away from the first row of stitches. And because this fabric is so fine, I'm just going to run these 2 rows of stitches and then trim close to that for a second row. And I'm not going to zigzag or anything over top of it. So then I give everything a really good pressing, and I repeat the same construction for the lining. Now let's talk about this lining, because I wanted the pretty right side of the silk charmeuse to show underneath the voile dress, kind of just shimmering out, if you will. So then I thought that I shouldn't construct it so the seams were touching each other like they normally the seams from the dress are touching the seams from the lining, and I thought if I do that, then you're going to be able to see it from underneath the voile. So instead, the seams are going to be touching the wearer's body, if that makes sense. So that way the pressed right side of the seams are going to be shown underneath the voile. I hope I'm making sense. Of course, it's sewing, so you do you, but that was my thought process. So then I joined the lining to the dress by starting at the center back, which is where that little overhang of the seam allowance from before is going to become useful. And then I go around the neckline areas and the armhole areas, and I made sure to stay away from the ends of the shoulder straps. I will be joining the shoulder straps using a method I saw explained on the channel, Sew Over It. It is a very brilliant method, and seriously, go check it out. I will link her video down below. She does a wonderful job of explaining it. So from there, I just needed to finish the hem, and I did both hems using this rolled fabric method. It's a sewing by hand method, and that again is described in another video linked down below. And last but not least, I did this final stem so I could line it up with the stem from the bodice, and there you have it. I am so thrilled with this dress, and I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time.